There's always a strange uneasiness that hangs over the nights of New Orleans. But this time, something was different. A ripple of energy, the kind neither the Thieves' Guild nor the Assassins' Guild had ever felt before, as if some ancient story was waking up again. And inside that darkness, the wind carried a name, Le Diable Blanc. But this time, it wasn't Gambit. It was someone else. Gambit, who usually handles problems with charm and sarcasm, suddenly finds himself fighting strange visions, flash images, burned buildings, collapsing cities, and a lone figure standing at the center of a blazing firestorm, a figure with his face. Remy tries to ignore it, but every time the visions grow more intense, time distortions, random objects charging on their own, and an energy signature that feels unfamiliar, yet familiar. Kinetic power, but amplified beyond comprehension. The Thieves' Guild summons Gambit. Belladonna and Bishop warn him that reality itself is folding. Someone, or something, is leaking through dimensional cracks. When Gambit arrives, a figure steps out of the shadows. Same height, same walk, same smile, but burning white fire in his eyes. This is New Sun, an alternate universe Remy LeBeau, whose past is more terrifying than any nightmare Gambit has ever had. New Sun calmly explains he hasn't come to fight. He has come to recruit his own counterpart. A multiversal threat is rising, and Gambit is the only one who can either join him or stand in his way. Gambit is confused, defensive, yet curious. How can someone control his power at this scale? The energy flaring around New Sun is millions of times stronger than any charged card Gambit has ever thrown. Before leaving, New Sun leaves him with a warning. Who you are is who you will become. The question isn't when. The question is, can you control it? Act 1 ends in uneasy dread. Gambit understands one thing clearly. This isn't a villain of the week. This is the nightmare version of his own destiny. And the story has only just begun. Changes the entire tone, shifting from mystery to existential terror. New Sun takes Gambit to an abandoned industrial complex where reality glitches are clearly visible. Walls flicker, colors look unnatural, and even molecules seem unstable. Here, New Sun reveals the truth. In his universe, Remy LeBeau discovered the real potential of his kinetic mutation, but far too late. He could convert matter into energy at a subatomic level, ignite, explode, reshape, or reformat anything. He became a walking cosmic reactor. Until one day, during a breakdown, during a mistake, billions died instantly. Entire planets evaporated. Dimensions collapsed. The universe became a burning white void. And at the center of that inferno stood one Remy, now fully aware of what he had become. A god made of pure kinetic fire. New Sun's mission is simple. I want to stop you from becoming what I became, or I want to bring you under control. Because if this world triggers your full mutation, Earth will burn the same way my universe did. Gambit refuses to believe he could ever become that level of threat. But New Sun presents evidence. Hank McCoy's theories, Mr. Sinister's notes, and future timeline recordings showing Gambit's powers causing planetary ignition. Gambit's team intervenes, Rogue in tears begging him to stop, Bishop confirming the time fractures, and Courier explaining that dimensional walls are thinning. All the evidence pushes Gambit toward one terrifying possibility. New Sun might be telling the truth. Then New Sun reveals his real purpose. He will train Gambit, break him, shape him, until he can master divine-level power. Because only a Gambit can stop a Gambit. But when Gambit refuses, New Sun decides the time for choice is over. Reality ripples, white flames rise, the night air crackles. Act 2 ends with one devastating realization. This isn't a battle for survival, it's a battle for identity. The final act is pure cinematic destruction. On the city outskirts, the sky splits open as New Sun unleashes his full power. Firestorms erupt in geometric patterns, each blast creating and destroying micro-universes. Gambit realizes this fight cannot be won by force. New Sun is operating at the level of a literal cosmic entity. Gambit uses his agility, misdirection, and street-born instincts, but New Sun reads every move before he makes it. I am you, he says. I've used your tricks against beings far more powerful than you. Gambit is forced to adapt the battlefield, charging objects, bending metal structures, and turning the environment into makeshift weapons. In the chaos, Gambit discovers a horrifying truth. New Sun's power is unstable, and his body is constantly tearing itself apart. He is a walking supernova, and the longer he stays in this reality, the closer Earth moves toward collapse. Gambit makes a decision. Winning isn't the goal, redirecting is.